In Movies and Money, the summer blockbuster season at the box office is underway. Film critic Erik Childress is focused on the numbers for us. Hello to you, Erik.
Hi, Angie.
Our box office numbers getting closer to pre-pandemic dollars, especially with the Memorial Day holiday weekend and then the weekend that followed.
Indeed, Angie. The weekend after Memorial Day has always seen a bit of a come down from the holiday flocking to movie theaters, and this past weekend followed that trend with the new Conjuring film taking the top spot with a little over $24 million. Now, on one hand, this is certainly a great number from the past 15 months, the third best opening overall, in fact. However, it is also a big come down from the $40 million openings of the first two Conjuring films. Now, does this translate to fans who have made this universe one of the most profitable of the past decade losing interest? Is it a sign that we are still not at the usual capacity as a result of the pandemic? Or is this number diminished because people opted to take advantage of their HBO Max subscription and watch the film at home? It could easily be a combination of all three, but it is worth looking at the last one a little closer. And one of the reasons the theatrical numbers have looked so good for the Warner Brothers titles since the end of February is that they have intersected with the safe desire to return to theaters while also being the most high-profile titles that audiences were willing to venture out for.
How is A Quiet Place Part 2 doing? You've been checking the numbers quite often on that one.
Absolutely, Angie, and it has quickly replaced Godzilla vs. Kong as the current gold standard for how we will look at the box office from week to week going forward. Of course, it could easily be usurped by the next Fast and Furious film this month, but for now, A Quiet Place Part 2 has provided the much-needed boost of optimism that theatrical distribution needed at the moment. Now, that is truly a big deal because anything that gives everyone an opportunity to move the goalpost for the next big hit is a boon to an industry that has really felt the struggle since last March and has frankly struggled to adapt to it.
The film you say to watch as a possible next big hit is In the Heights. Here's a look.
The world spins around while I'm frozen to my seat. The people that I know.
They're talking about kicking out all the dreamers.
But every day is different, so
it's time to make some noise.
We had to assert our dignity in small ways. Shh. Just listen. Little details that tell the world we are not invisible.
Ignore anyone who doubts you.
Are expectations high on In the Heights?
Yes, this is kind of a conflation of the two previous questions. In the Heights arrives in theaters this weekend after a year's delay, and the enthusiasm for this film from many critics is very high, with a few notable skeptics that I hold in high regard. Now, the adaptation of Lin-Manuel Miranda's musical should undoubtedly take the top spot at the box office this weekend, and in any other year, I would think that this film would be one of the big word-of-mouth films in theaters. However, in 2021, if it's Warner Brothers, it's also on HBO Max. So to what degree is that going to mute attendance? Musicals have been doing very well over the past several years, and this one has even more youth appeal, so I am expecting a pretty healthy number this weekend. But word of mouth is a different beast when you can just hit a button on your remote sitting on your couch instead of making plans to go to your local theater. Now, this is the elephant in the living room that Warner Brothers is going to have to grapple with as it watches how other films perform around its high-profile and expensive tentpole films like The Suicide Squad, Dune, and the new Matrix film. Will they be able to match their competitors, or will there be more I told you so's on the horizon?
Thank you as always, Erik.
Thank you, Angie.
For more Business First AM, check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.